Hi Flosstube, good morning. Happy Wednesday, July something. Almost August. We're almost through July. This is Helen D. Thank you for taking some time to visit today. This shouldn't be a very long video. I have some things to share, but I had time. And in the summer, when I have time, is when I make the video. My husband just left for an appointment. My son's upstairs playing his game. I had time. It has been hot here. I'm also not dripping in sweat. So that's another good reason to film today. When I woke up this morning, I said, oh, I took a shower and didn't automatically feel like I needed another shower. So bonus. I had a dentist appointment this morning, and we're trying to make our school decision. And to anyone out there with children, I feel your pain. It is agonizing. There's really no right answer, no wrong answer. It's all depending on your family, but it sure feels like there's a right answer and a wrong answer, and no matter which one we're thinking on a particular day, it feels wrong. So we're still working on that. And no matter what we choose, it's all in flux, I think, this year as well. So we will keep going. I will keep stitching. And we'll do what we can. So, a big thank you to everyone who watched my finishing tutorial. I tried to show the herringbone stitch, and I didn't realize until I was like in it. You can't really see it on dark fabric, dummy, but people seem to be able to figure it out. So I hope it was helpful. True confession, if you did watch that video, you know that I finished the piece with cording to use as an ornament. It was way too big for an ornament. For me, I like my ornaments small. I could have hung it on a door. You know, there's other places I could have hung it, but cats. So when I finished the video, I cut the cording off and I put some chenille on. So this is my first FFO to show you the second version. This is a little piece from, I believe it's Santa's Night is the chart. It's a prairie schooler. It's one of like the bonus, the little ornament charts, and it has like a little city underneath, but I left that off. So I just put some Lady Dot chenille on there and it will go in a bowl. So that's a refinish. The other piece I finished, and I should have done this one for the tutorial because it's not black, but oh well. This is a gift, so I did the herringbone on this one too, and then I'll probably have to take a break from herringbone so everything doesn't have it. This is another prairie schooler I stitched last year, and I believe it's from Christmas Tree Farm, Reindeer Roundup, one of those. Again, it's the little extra ornament, and I did this one. Herringbone, button to cover my wonky stitches. I put a bell on the top, and then I used, because I'd done it so long ago and I'm terrible at remembering, I didn't know what colors I used, but I found a green that looked pretty close, so that's what I went with for that one. I have two other finishes. I was in a finishing mode this weekend. Those two I finished a couple weeks ago. I don't know. This past weekend was Pokemon Go Fest. So my husband and son were out all day Saturday, and then I went out with him for half the day Sunday because John had other things to do, and then when he was done, we switched. So I got some finishing done. This one is for my sister. I've mentioned she's sent some of her stuff down. So this was the Be Well and Stitch freebie from Ink Circles. And I finished it with a little ruffle like Kathy Haberman of Hands On Design has shown tutorials on. That was tricky. And then she had also done, I had sent this bee fabric. So that one's done, and she has a little pin mini set that I think she's gonna like tuck in there. So that one is ready. And then this other one gave me trouble. I wanted to try the ruched ribbon edging. This is what I ended up with. So this was the freebie, the Kathy Haberman freebie with Scary Apothecary that came out Market 2019. So I have a little fabric, it's the same fabric on the back. I watched Vanna's video on a pillow with the ribbon, ruched ribbon. I phoned a friend and I asked Misty. Misty's like the queen of ruched ribbon. I couldn't get things to work. I ended up just kind of doing my own version, like it's on there. It's nothing I feel the need to do again. It's a little, like I keep holding this piece in. I might have to tack that one in. I don't know. It's fine. I took it out 3 times before I finally did my own version. It will stay, but again, when Donna sends me this one, I won't volunteer to do this on hers. I tried it. Those are my FFOs. Yeah. FOs, I was working on Christmas in July. I was planning on starting one more piece today, actually, the last Wednesday of July. I'm officially Christmased out. I did 3-4 weeks. I got a lot done in 4 weeks. I'm ready for fall and I'm ready for Halloween. So I'll show you what I got done, but I'm not starting my last piece. So, pink lemonade after your dentist appointment does not taste well. Last time I think I had shown you, I was almost done Heart in Hand We Santa 2019, and I was trying to decide if I leave the pole and I think this is like the house off. And I did decide to do that. So I went on PC Stitch and I really liked the look of the candy cane. So I made like a candy cane border. And by I mean I attempted to make a candy cane border and my brain just could not wrap itself around it. So I called the hubby in and I said, can you help me? So between the two of us, he got it worked out, and his brain is very, you know, patterns and numbers. So he would have it all like counted out, and I would just look at it and say, that's not right. He'd be like, what do you mean? I don't know, but something's off. And he would count it again, and sure enough, something would be off. And we did that like 2 or 3 times. But finally, we got it. So I stitched that in. This was on a scrap piece. I think it's doubloon. I think it's 16 count doubloon. So he's done and ready to go. Not with a ruched ribbon. Then I worked on, what's in this one? I started the Hands-On Design Secret Santas. 6 of them are out. There are 2 more to come. I stitched 3 2/3. Because these are the charts that each chart contains a little piece on the back of the Secret Santa. So you start from the bottom, the first chart, this was the first chart, and on the back it has like 10-ish lines that start on the bottom of the Secret Santa. And then each additional chart builds up, builds up, builds up. So this one I chose not to do. He doesn't have a face. I'm not sure how I feel about that. So this one I did not do. Then I started with number 2, which was No Chimney, No Problem. And that one is done. And I went back and forth on fabric, but I decided in the end I went with 14 count Vintage Tiffany by Fabrics by Stephanie, which is the called for fabric. It's a little bigger than I wanted, but I really liked the color. So he is done. Silent Night was number 3. That one is done. And Merry and Bright. I just finished this one a couple days ago. He is done. So the Secret Santa, look away if you don't want to see what he looks like so far. There he is. So again, it started at the bottom and you work your way up. There's a couple like red stitches that I'll just wait till the next one comes out because I'm sure I'll carry on. It's like a hat or whatever. So he is up to date, and I did him through chart 6. So there's only 2 more parts on that. And then 6 and 7, or 5 and 6, I plan on doing. I was just Christmased out. So they got tucked away. But I thought that was pretty good for Christmas in July. Did I work on any of my Christmas whips from last year? Nope. I did not. I did pull out Chinese Zodiac. The last part, I think it's the 4th part. Yeah, came out on the 15th. This one releases on the 15th of the month. So I stitched that up. This one is on 14 count Picture This Plus Sand, which is the called for color. So this one, this month it was this fan and like all these little flowers and bits in this fan. So next month, I think will be animals. It seems to go animals and then bits and fan. So next month would be on track to be an animal month. So that one's done. I'm using all the called for on that one. There's some of the new shiny floss from DMC, Etoile. There's some Etoile in that one, and that stuff's really nice to work with. And then when I was done Christmas, because I was ready to move on, the first fall piece I pulled out was Autumn Whirligig. I have the spring one done, and I really wanted fall and winter. I had a little scrap of fabric. I don't know what it is. Brown. I finished this waiting for my dentist appointment. So it's hot off the Q-snap. I kept mostly the called for colors. This is Poblano Pepper. I was trying the called for and you just didn't see the words. So, and I used a blue up here for the berries. And I think the light brown, I ended up pulling a light brown, like for the acorns. I just went through, I pulled what I had, I subbed what I didn't. And it's done. That's what I've been working on. Some finishing and some stitching. I'm trying to get a little finishing done every week. I haven't done any yet this week. I take that back. I have one other piece that is currently in the process of being glued. It's under some books, so I can check on that and see if it's ready. And then I have a few more smalls. I still have the roll of projects that need to be done, so I'm working my way through. I did get, since my last video, a couple of very nice gifts. One of my viewers, Nancy, contacted me and said she has kind of moved on from stitching on Ada and she had some she'd love to send my way, so she did. I can't thank her enough. There were some gorgeous pieces of fabric in there that I will definitely use. She sent a couple charts along. They were Heart and Hand and Lizzie Kate, which I love. So thank you, Nancy, very much. That will be dipped into. And then Julie, Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World, I had sent her one of those memorabilia charts that I found at the Goodwill, and she just sent me a thank you. She sent me a book sleeve that she made. It's Ravenclaw. My son has claimed this for the iPad, so it's now the iPad sleeve. A Hermione needle minder, and she had dyed some floss a while ago, and she sent me a couple, and they're not going to show up, but they're so pretty in real life. It's like a smoky deep blue and a smoky purple. They're perfect for something Halloween-y. So thank you, Julie. She's getting ready to start that chart. Sleeping Beauty by Mirabilia, which I would never in a million years stitch. I haven't even pulled back out the tiny Halloween Nora Corbett I have going. So that one could go right to someone who would put it to use instead of sit in my drawer forever. That is all. Like I said, this will be short. I'm moving on to fall and Halloween stitching. I have a few things that I'd love to get to this season. Most of them are smaller, which is great. I'm being drawn to these smaller projects. I think it's because you get them done quicker and then you feel accomplished. And you're like, yay, I finished it. Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery just showed a sneak peek of a Halloween stitch along they have coming out, and it's so cute. So don't be surprised if I cave and get that. And I really need to get some whips off that whip pile. That hasn't happened. What else? Oh, I cleaned out the craft room. I semi-cleaned out the craft room. It's not quite done yet. That was a process. It started because all of my quilting fabrics were getting out of control, and I wanted to find a way to separate them by color so they'd be a little easier to find when I wanted to find something. So I think I have those worked out, and then I just tore everything out. 2 bags of stuff are going to Goodwill. Big giant bag of just trash. We've been in a cleaning mode. My husband's cleaning out the basement. Better him than me. There's spiders down there. So that is all. I hope you guys have a good end of July, beginning of August. I should be back again in another couple weeks. My husband's still working from home. My son's still home over the summer. School for us doesn't start until the end of August, so we have a little more time. Doesn't make our decision any easier, but we have a little more time. So I hope everyone is staying safe and doing well and stitching all of the things, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.